So, Anisha, a market which is consolidating, and when you know that the construct of the world is positive, it's not in India, but the mother market, which is the US market, that also has exhibited a strong comeback. Emerging markets are stable. The dollar index is well under control. So Indian markets are supported by macros, flows, and to top it up, there is a definite excitement in some of the small and the mid cap stocks. I don't see that there is any kind of a fault line with the market. Of course, you want to see a print of new all-time high very soon on the Nifty. But even though this summer rally of 2023, which is what we're calling it, has been one of the most vibrant rally I've seen in a long, long time, I guess in best of the rallies also markets, they will consolidate. So you cannot find a fault line. For me, the market will only peak out when what we're discussing in the morning, supply has to oversee demand. What is supply? The supply is going to come either by new issuance, QIPs, FPOs or IPOs. Typically when the market are at the peak of its cycle in the near term, you will always see markets will get extended and merchant bankers will start cutting deals. I'm getting feelers of that already. There is an excitement in the primary market. The conversations have started. So I think somewhere in middle of July, or maybe early part of June, we will get a sense of the IPO and the FPO calendar and the block deals. For me, that is going to be the first sign, like a canary in a coal mine. We use this phrase, canary in a coal mine, because the canary tells you that how deep you can go in a coal mine. For me, the canary in a coal mine is going to be the IPO market and the FPO market. Barring that, I think this market will chug along very, very smartly. I don't see a reason why you should sell, because valuations are not expensive, global cues are strong, risk-on environment is there, dollar index is under control, and Kunal Bothra is reasonably bullish.
Is that the case, Kunal? Reasonably bullish. And finally, you are seeing the heavyweights, Reliance, Infosys, ITC has been doing well, but at least seeing a bit of a momentum today.
Yeah, so I think it's playing along very well because you have large cap stocks which are doing pretty well. You have the mid cap end of the market, which is also extremely buoyant. And, it's very rare that you see such kind of combinations of both the end of the markets doing pretty well. Over the last many weeks, we've seen either the large caps performing or the mid caps taking the chips quite far ahead for themselves. But I think it's a very rare kind of a combination day to have both of them participating quite well. The Nifty scale past about the 18,650 mark. That I believe is a very important level because we've managed to sort of end the 11 days, 12 days of consolidation if you assume this breakout sustains over the next half an hour, next 1 hour. So all in all, it augurs quite well for the index overall. The only concern for the market is the underperformance of Bank Nifty as such, not the individual banking stocks, but the Bank Nifty has been trading a bit lackluster over the last 4-5 days, trading just almost at that 44,000 mark on the spot level. So that could be the only point of concern from a very short-term view, but no complaints till the time the mid-cap in the market is extremely buoyant.
Mid-cap is buoyant, but as you pointed out, it's the financials which are actually taking a beating. That's the Nifty Bank for you, pretty much flat over 7 days. And let's pull up the financials as well, Nifty NBFCs, Nifty financials, because that's also seeing a bit of a decline on an intraday basis. But apart from that, there are a whole host of other stocks as well which are buzzing around. Let me talk about some price volume action buzzers now. Tata Communications, that one is surging in the trading session, 9% higher. The stock has, of course, hit a 52-week high on an intraday basis. The volumes are quite heavy today, 3 to 4x of 20-day average, and it's been advancing for 4th consecutive week now. You also have Sheela Foam, which has hit a 3-month high. It's been last 3 days we have been talking about the stock. Every day it's been up around 5 to 15%, and the volumes today as well, 12x the 20-day average. Pidilite too has been fairly quiet of late, but today on account of the crude momentum, perhaps it's hit a 5-month high on an intraday basis. Breakout seen from an 8-session consolidation, volume at 3x the 10-day moving average. Kush, from these price volume buzzers, Tata Communications, Sheela Foam, Pidilite, is there a trade that you are seeing in any of these names?
So a stock that has been on our radar for some time now, and there's a very clear breakout, that we are seeing. Volume backed, although it's off, the day's highs. I don't see that as too discouraging a sign because there's a very clear breakout today, and as I said, volume backed momentum indicators also looking well. So Pidilite is something that I would have on my radar. From here, if you'd want to initiate a fresh long position, I'd suggest 2735, which is today's high, should be your first target, and then 2775 should be the target. On the downside, the stop loss you could place somewhere close to 2660.
Okay, so those were the price volume buzzers, and Pidilite is something that you're recommending. But Kunal, before I move forward, Tata Communications, that one is seeing a solid rally. Would you back it up further and recommend a buy?
In fact, at these levels, we are booking
Profits.
profits for Tata Communication because the last 3-4 weeks have been quite steep. The nature of the stock is not to get into any kind of a major kind of an upward trend, but when we typically see these kind of 3-4 weeks of sharp price action, it generally indicates that maybe the stock is getting into an overbought nature. The RSIs on the hourly as well as on the daily charts have now hit levels of 85, 90 plus for Tata Communication. That could be a good enough reason to try and book out profits over here and then wait out for a correction. I think at least a 5 to 7% correction from current levels could probably be a better level to rebuy the stock.